Alright, everybody, Hamtaro here. We're just getting everything set up. I'll check back in a few minutes. Alright guys, we're getting GoTV set up. Just fixing a few audio settings here, so just bear with us a few minutes. This is Hamtaro here. Carvelin's with me. Almost ready here.
Hello.
everybody? What's up to all our GGPR brethren here and everyone else? Just need a few more minutes for the final members of each team to connect, and then we'll be going live here. Carve, you can hear me all right?
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Sounds good. I'm just finishing looking at a couple settings here before we fully dive in, and then I'll be ready. And it looks like X-ray is enabled, right? Okay, yeah, it looks like it's on. Alright, and I have the transitions between players off. Looks like everything's mostly in order here. Just waiting for a few more people to join up. So both of these teams really climbing to get where they're at now. Both sitting at 6-0, undefeated and advanced. Both teams did a lot of big things in Maine and previously to that as well. Referring to their records up to this point. And God Aim is no joke. Some of their wins are pretty serious here. Only letting the other teams get between 5 and 9 rounds on some of these games, it looks like.
Yeah, I'm looking at their stats right now.
Yeah, I was about to bring it up again in a moment. Was their most recent match Inferno?
Their most recent was Overpass, and that looks like it was yesterday. 16-0 though on a win.
Wait, was that a forfeit though? That must have been a forfeit.
Let me see. Actually, it says win.
It says regular W, not FFW. Let's check on that. Hold on.
No, this yeah. It says God Aim 16 against Front GG. Yeah, it looks like they played.
Really? Yeah, they did. I'm having a look at it right now. Wow. I think that might be the only 16-0 match of all of Advanced this season.
That's really scary.
Yeah. I don't know if that's too reassuring, but I think this is going to be a really good game, obviously. Let me get over to my other monitor. Sorry about this, audience. Just waiting for last couple people to join. There might be some coaches involved tonight. We're not 100% on that yet. Alright, Carb, I'm just going to close up my window here to make sure there's no excess noise. Give me just a moment. Here we go, Carve. Knife round looking a little bit sketchy. It's up to George here. 1v1. Last man in pit, similar HP. Actually, exact same HP, 45 to 45. Oh, and just barely the right click missing there by George. Deco playing the strafe game in pit. Carve, I have to just look away at this point. This is too much anxiety. I was hoping it was gonna be a lot. Oh, there's Deco. I was gonna say I was hoping it was gonna be a lot less nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
The first few minutes of the stream, but it's okay.
You know,
Maybe
we're back on Inferno again, so you know,
you,
GGPR knows this map really well.
right. I was gonna say maybe it's good that they're starting out on T side now, just to mix it up, you know, because they've been starting on CT pretty consistently. And even though they started out strong CT last match, you remember 2 matches ago we were talking about this last stream actually. How they started out on that 1-in-6 slide 2 Infernos ago because they started out on
Yeah.
CT, even though they normally start out strong on CT. And now they're trying to go into banana pretty strong here. Not trying, they're actually already in sight. Oh, but Dubs and Sherps with those early headshots there. Creed responding with the trade on to Sherps. Oh, and J-Dub still in the back of sight. Feltner able to take him out, but not before he gets Lowrider. So now they're gonna have to hold cross and construct. Oh, Feltner, he's got a man in construct. Oh, that was a really nice reaction shot by Feltner there on the construction corner. Creed gonna have to keep an eye on Robbie. He's not quite able to land the headshot. Feltner is though. And 1v1 Feltner picking up a second headshot. Huge right there. Hydric going
I have
down
a
to
feeling it's gonna be a
Feltner.
really good game. It's gonna be a really good game.
That was a 4K from Feltner, ladies and gentlemen. Starting off the match strong. One of the newest members of GGPR, JS Feltner. Shout out to Legendary, shout out to the GGPR brethren, as I said earlier. Big second welcome to Feltner. And it looks like this is a full left side mid stack from Godaim. And Feltner, what? Another 4K, second. And I know there was a Mac 10 kill in there from Creed, but okay.
Got some work tonight already, man. With these
I know this. I know. I'm gonna be up late tonight. I know this is. I know this game will probably slow down here sometime in the next 2 rounds, but wow, that is some excitement to start out with. There, back to back, huge 4Ks from Feltner, and Civ landing a very nice pick onto Robbie, who got a little aggressive onto stairs A hall there. Yeah, can we get Feltner some ice water? Do we have anyone in his vicinity right? Oh, J-Dubs, he's out of the smoke, and he's gonna lose his M4. I did forget to mention, Godaim's on a nearly, or not a nearly, but pretty much a full buy right now with multiple M4s and a FAMAS. And Civ actually obtaining one of the M4s already. And here's Creed. Nicely placed smoke. It's gonna land just to the side of Graveyard, but that's where he wants it. And they're gonna have to clear sight still here. Godaim's actually still in a pretty solid setup in sight, despite them being outmanned. And let's see if they're able to capitalize. There's Hydric. Huge 3K with the FAMAS, and they still have a man in sight. Lowrider taking him out, though. Lowrider taking both men out, actually. Bringing it to a 2v1 advantage for GGPR. Sherps about to peek into sight. Lowrider can maybe sense him. He's gonna land the headshot. He had a teammate alive, so that allowed him to hold just that angle there. Well, GGPR out to a strong start, holding off Godaim's early rifle buy there. Putting Godaim, excuse me, into a bit of a awkward situation. They're actually on a semi-buy this round with 5 pistols, including a CZ and 2 Deagles. And that 5.7 and that P250, so no USPs being used this round by Godaim. We'll see if this comes back to haunt them or not. Creed with a nice opening kill there. Not that I'm predicting anything nefarious. Nice shot by Sherps there. I just meant Godaim being a bit bold with their economy so far this game. Oh, nice shot by Sherps. Granted, Godaim is coming off a 16-0 victory, so maybe they weren't too concerned about that early buy. Civ, he's got to get that headshot. He gets it onto Hydra. Sight is clear. They may or may not know that. They're going to throw the smoke near library there just to make sure they don't get cheeky peeked by Sherps. But Sherps actually isn't even in library yet. He's still in spawn there. J-Dub's rotating around from Banana. Another one of your pet chickens loose at mid, Carve. Feltner going for the plant. And this is going to be a save. Yep. Thought maybe they'd go a little bit closer for the exit kills, but this is going to be a much more conservative save over here at construction at B. J-Dub's holding Coffin just to make sure nobody sneaks in from Banana on behalf of GGPR. So, for anyone who's just joining us, you're watching 2 undefeated ESCA advanced teams go at it. I'm Hamtaro, joined by my GGPR brother, Carvelin. We're both content creators and casters for GGPR. We also do some editing and other work that you'll see on our social media. But yeah, GGPR going up 4-0 now. Like I said, you're essentially watching the 1 and 2 seeds go at it right now. There is a Brazilian team also tied for that top seed, Yeah Gaming. They might be in California. I'm not sure if they're in Brazil or California, or both at the moment. I'll have to actually look into that after this game, since we're probably going to be playing them sometime within the next few weeks, and if we don't, we'll be playing them in playoffs, I'm sure. I'll have to check our schedule again. So, looks like Godaim's coach is in here. I'm not sure if he was in here for the first round or two and then disconnected, or if he's just joining right now. I think he might just be joining right now, Carve.
I'm also taking a look at the ESCA page for the Academy team right now. It looks like they're 14-13 in their game.
They're up 14-13 or down by 1?
They're down by 1.
Ah, okay.
Mudflap at 14, Academy at 13. But when I checked earlier, it was actually, I think, 13-6. So Academy's, coming on up on this game right here.
Yeah, a bit of a comeback for them. I remember you mentioned they were down by a bit more rounds than that. Here is a... I'm not going to say aggressive because we're pretty late in the round, but GGPR is up mid. They're going to trade onto Robbie. We're going to lose George. They've got, Godaim had a man in pit, but Creed was able to locate him pretty much through that smoke. Pretty wild shot by Creed right there. J-Dubs wrapping around Arch, jungle area. And they're going to have to check boiler area here for Feltner. And Feltner is going to get that kill onto J-Dubs. J-Dubs, I believe, was actually switching weapons. I think he had just dropped his gun trying to pick up either that AWP or that M4. And that's why he was not able to fire back at Feltner. So a bit of a mistake on Godame's part there, they should have cleared boiler, or I guess J-Dub specifically should have cleared boiler before dropping his weapon there. Not that I'm trying to sound too critical, but he maybe could have landed that headshot onto Feltner before getting killed. So GGPR going up 5-0. Coming out strong here, Carve. Like you mentioned, Inferno's been a pretty hot map for them. George, some nicely placed nades here at Banana, even though there was no one on the corner. Just letting them know that they're not going to be able to just walk up. Oh, but Creed's going to do his own version of just walking up and landing that headshot onto Hydric. A lot of H's to alliterate there. And George is pushing up near sandbags. Oh, nice reaction shot by Deco. Sherps following up onto Feltner. There was another GGPR member who went down before that, leaving Lowrider to himself with the op in the C4. Not to be counted out. We've seen Lowrider obviously make some insane plays in 1vx situations, even with low. Maybe that's why he lost it. He had too much health there, Carve. He needed a little bit more pressure. If only he had red HP there, he probably would have had that.
That looks like Goddam has 2 operas this time though. Robbie 1 and Deco. It's gonna be a little scary now pushing in.
Yeah, Lowrider's still able to get an op. I think Creed actually dropped it,
yeah,
since he has some pretty good economy there. Yeah, you're right. It said Creed's name on it. And Sherps holding off GGPR with some utility at Banana there. Looked like it looked like GoTV skipped for a moment there, but it looks like we're fine. George going back to get the C4. Deco holding that super narrow angle at mid. Not sure if you saw that card, but oh, now he's finally falling back a bit because he got smoked out. And Sherps tossing a molly on the edge of Banana entrance there to try to buy a little bit more time before GGPR potentially makes a move there. But actually, looks like we've already got 4-minute A, a 5th coming. This is going to be a full GGPR hit at A. Coming up Haystack. They're basically right at the edge of sight. And J-Dub's getting that opening kill. Unfortunately, Feltner took out his teammate George there. George had taken out Hydric just a second before that. J-Dub has 19 health. They need to kill him from Graveyard. They do. Creed landing that shot through the smoke. I believe it was pretty much directly through the smoke, actually. Feltner going to get this plant off behind the pillar. 15 HP. And he's going to need to move because that molly landing just about a foot to the right of him. And Creed in this intense little spot at Graveyard. Actually was a really good spot for Creed to play there. He didn't quite get that headshot he was looking for with that opening AK fire when he peeked, but if he had landed that first kill, he would have had a good shot at that. So Godaim picking up 2 rounds in a row there. They've got their interesting .mp4 tag. So we're sitting at 2-5. We're speaking on Godaim's behalf here. They seem to somewhat have the momentum going into this round, judging how the end of last round went there with a consistent 1 to 2 man advantage throughout the round. GG's to our academy team. Well fought battle. They went down 16-14 in intermediate. Extremely close game. It was actually going to be a comeback for them if they were able to pull it off. GG's to them. Deco tossing his HE at Boiler, but GGPR wasn't up that far yet. That's going to be their cue to hit him at Arch. They're getting Deco to fall back in Library, but he might be able to peek Library in time to get at least one kill there, because GGPR's got their backs turned, and he is going to get one. He's going to get George. Hydric took out two himself while he was still sitting in A site. Lowrider able to get the bomb down. Civ only with 14 HP as Lowrider's only teammate right now. So it looks like Lowrider is going to have to make a pretty big play. I'm not sure if he had an op a second ago. I think he did. He might have dropped it for that AK. Not sure. Either way, both of them have AK. Civ going down. Lowrider still with the AK. Taking out the first man, Sherps. He sees Deco in the back. Taking out the second man. Almost getting the third onto Robbie. Ah, Carve. So close. So close. Well played by Goddamn there.
They're making it a good game.
Non-biased cast, I meant. Great round. But no, that was well played by Goddamn. They're picking up their third round in a row. We give respect where respect is due here, obviously. That was a very well played round by Goddamn again. And GGPR tossing some accurate utility into a site there, but unfortunately Goddamn responding with some really good utility of their own, and Deco hitting an incredible 3 headshots right there. That is definitely the play of the game so far by Deco. That was an absolutely incredible fadeaway strafe shot as he collateraled the second two of them. I'm sure he wasn't even planning on necessarily getting a second or a third there after he started strafing, but wow, Carve, that was insane. I'm sure GGPR has some ideas here to come back from that round, but gotta give props to Deco on that defensive maneuver with the M4 there. Robbie getting the early pick with the AWP. Shout out to Brendan Moore, Gavatron, Abe, the Academy boys, everyone else that's joining us, Ledge, Jordan Rogers, it's his birthday all month. Here's Lowrider coming up, about to peek left side mid. Civ peeks before him actually. Deco was all the way back at Arch. Deco rotating into Library area again. GGPR can't afford to get killed by another collateral situation, no matter what weapon he's using. He's using an op again, as he was 2 rounds ago. Feltner getting that opening A-site kill onto J-Dubs, but Deco responding with 2 kills of his own. And this round looks like, yep, going to God Aim again there. Lowrider was the last man standing. And it's a tie game. Good game here so far, 5-5. Obviously, both teams are not only well practiced, but no pun intended, both teams do have some godlike aim, or quote God aim. Just by those early trades every round, which are almost every single time 2 headshots to open up the round by both teams. Some spam there by Creed. Narrowly missing Hydric. Five rounds remaining in the half. This is first half. Oh, huge play from Sherps. Another big 3K from Godaim. just a big defensive half these past 6 rounds from them. So God Aim taking their first lead of the match, 6-5, Carve. So let's see if the boys can maybe dig something up to throw off God Aim a bit. I'm not necessarily saying they need to fake them out or kite them out, but they need...
Well, as we've seen, GGPR, when put under pressure, just performs extremely well.
This
And,
is true.
the other team having the lead is going to put them under a little bit of pressure. So, let's see how this
Oh,
round turns out.
nice pick by Deco. It's hard to really say what the exact move would be here. Another good pick by Deco. And Civ, unfortunately, going down. Technically, this was a majority save round for GGPR, so not a huge deal if they go down. It'd be huge for George if he could have saved that op, but he was in too close of proximity. Kind of got pickled in there near Arch area.
God Aim has a lot of money, so they're pretty comfortable on their purchases right now compared to GGPR at the moment.
Yeah, they're rolling with 2 ops, which normally you don't see too often in league matches. Especially on Inferno, CT Inferno. I guess you could play one each site, which is what they're doing. Yeah, it looked like Auto Director got turned off. Sorry about that, boys. Another big headshot from George there. He gets traded by J-Dubs, unfortunately. J-Dubs still around that corner, lurking in the smoke. And they don't know J-Dubs is there. He's going to take out... Ooh, I thought he was going to get a second. He's only going to get 1, which is good news for GGPR. Gonna put them in a 3v2, even though Feltner only has 9 HP. And looks like God Aim's gonna take the safer out here and save their weapons. They do have quite a bit of funds, so technically they could have went for that if they wanted to. I don't think they knew Feltner had 9 HP, so I don't think they were looking to be too bold about a 2v3 there. Still a nice shot by Deco
wow.
there, damn.
He got that exit.
Yeah. Oh, another
another.
and a headshot on the Civ, almost partially through the pillar. That was not according to plan for the boys, but things happen.
Someone has to get that op away from Deco.
And oh, nice HE from GGPR there. That landed. Oh, actually, I guess it wasn't as nice as I thought. It only got Robbie down to 92, even though it looked like it did a lot more. Maybe it just took out some of his armor. But regardless, it's going to not allow Godding to be too aggressive here. Here's George coming around the corner with that first pick. He's getting traded by Robbie, who gets a second. Nice flick off to the left there by Robbie, getting that sandbag area pick onto Feltner. Now he's rotating over by Coffin. GGPR doesn't know that he's... Oh, now they know. He just fired off a shot. Creed is going to have to come up big here at Banana. Unfortunately, gets taken out by Deco. See if Lowrider's able to get some kind of collateral here on this peak. And Lowrider gets the first, but he gets traded by Hydric, who picked up 2 nice AK headshots there. Another well-played retake by Goddam as they go up 8-6, and we go into the last round of the half here. Well, Carve. Still a very close match, even though these past few rounds haven't gone to GGPR's liking necessarily. George throwing some early utility there. Banana. Feltner already up mid. He fires off a couple shots at quad, but it hits the pillar. Doesn't quite land any damage. Deco with another nice reaction shot. This time onto Civ over there at A Hall. So GGPR, unfortunately, a one-man disadvantage as they try to take A. Lowrider's going to even out the teams 4-4 there with that headshot onto Deco. And looks like GGPR has a great chance to take this round. Unfortunately, Feltner got picked there by Robbie, but they're still at a one-man advantage with George getting the C4 down there. Robbie lurking up, and Creed still able to pick him off in sneaky area there while he was in the smoke. And Sherps tossing some utility of his own, including that flash, but it's not going to be enough. Creed with some well-placed spam through the smoke. Maybe even been a headshot there. So only a one-round differential as we go into second half, Carve. GGPR down 7-8.
It's gonna be an exciting game, you know.
So one of these two teams will be receiving their first loss of the season tonight. This is ESCA Advanced Season 35. I'm excited, Carve. This is pretty intense. This half that's coming up here, this might be, I would say this is probably the most intense half that we've casted so far as GGPR members. This is probably the most talented opponent GGPR has faced, even though they've faced a lot of talented teams. Godaim does have the only 16-0 win of the season in Advanced, I believe. I'll double check that after the match, but I was looking at the other top 8 teams or so, and I don't believe I saw another 16-0 registered. And no, that was not a forfeit win, ladies and gentlemen. Godaim really did 16-0 their last opponent, and I believe it was on Overpass. And no, we were not their last opponent. And no, it's not necessarily even that embarrassing to get 16-0'd because, I mean, we all know from playing a serious number of pugs, every once in a while that kind of thing just happens. I would say in every FPS title that kind of thing happens, a shutout from time to time. But regardless, that's still pretty crazy for them to get against a formidable team midway through the season here. So props to Godaim for having either the most rounds won or the second most rounds won on the season. Yeah, Gaming from Brazil may or may not have more rounds won than them at the moment. I'm not sure if their match is live right now or not. Oh, actually, correction to what I said a moment ago. There are people out there who have never even witnessed a 16-0 or been a part of, or maybe witnessed but never been a part of a 16-0. Never been 16-0'd, including Thurston. So I guess it's good to have you on GGPR, Thurston. Maybe we should sub you in next match. Alright, Carve, here we go. Feltner, nice nade there, but it's not going to connect. It was well placed near ramp. Sherps looking up near window. Let's see what Lowrider does here. There was a P250 bought by Creed. A kit bought by George. Lowrider with that opening headshot onto Sherps. And Hydric and Deco oh, J-Dubs following up with a third Glock kill. Feltner on the flank, though, able to get Deco, who might be Godame's most talented player, excuse me. Or at least their most talented aimer is actually what I was going to say. And Robbie almost getting a dink onto George in that smoke, but George would have had to come up big there. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to put himself quite at an angle to get the kills necessary there. Not that he was expected to pull that off. It would have been a pretty crazy 1v3. Which we have seen George pop off in some 1v3s and 3 and 4Ks the past couple Inferno matches, so I wasn't going to put it past him. Oh, Sherps taking an HE grade grenade right to the feet there. I know you saw that, Garb. Going down to 31, I believe it was. Yep. And Deco posted up near alt there. Looks like he's maybe moving toward... No, he's going to move into window area. Looks like he accidentally dropped down. Let's see if he jumps back up there. Sherps potentially getting ready to be the first man out at Banana since he has an SMG. Let's see if they... I imagine they won't send the AK out first. Maybe they will, though, just for that confident pick. Hydric going back for the C4. And Lowrider, he was stacked up there on barrels near second oranges. Deco already moving up strong onto A, though. Here's George. He can sense that J-Dubs might be lurking off on that corner indent area. Here's Godame moving in. George able to land the first and the second. Lowrider picking up the third. George getting a third Deagle kill there. 2, I believe, were headshots. Feltner getting the 5th kill onto Deco, and that was a very clean defensive hold from GGPR, Carve.
I think GGPR does really love CT on this map, so typically, you know.
Yeah, I had a, you know, I know they had a bit of a rough ending to their T side half there. I think they won the last round of the half, but overall, that last 10 minutes of their T side didn't quite go as planned. But, you know, maybe that was just enough rounds, 7 rounds, you know. Almost tied it. Or, excuse me, almost went up 8-7, you know. That might be just enough for them to pull out this dub. There's Creed getting that headshot and only losing 24 HP in the process. And let's see, Lowrider's gonna have to hold that right-hand side of mid, which he does. There's that headshot onto J-Dubs. And they're gonna spam up into halls. They may or may not know that Sherps is still up there. I think they suspect he's... Yep, they suspected he was still there because I think that smoke hadn't dissipated yet, so Creed's gonna clean him up real quick. And that means Hydric's going to be the last man left. He's going to creep up mid. He has no way of knowing that Lowrider's just off there to the left side by Sneaky. And Lowrider's just going to pick up the headshot there as Hydric does not check his left-hand side. I think Hydric was maybe expecting a GGPR member to be closer to quad or A-site quad corner haystack area. But he needed to check left side mid there. And some nice utility by Creed over into alt mid. I think both teams are gonna start slowing it down just a little bit. I know GGPR is on CT, so it sounds kind of strange saying both teams will slow it down, but I think GGPR is gonna kind of play this more conservative setup the rest of the half, as you see Creed kind of falling back near site there instead of being up near quad. And we've got some Civ fans in the chat. The man Vic, aka Civ. Deco with a big opening kill on the lowrider there. And that's gonna allow Robbie to maybe get that call into Creed, but nope. Creed is gonna take out Robbie, but he's gonna go down himself, and this is gonna put Feltner in a 1v4 must save situation. But he has an MP9 and he does have money, so maybe he's gonna try to pick up a cheeky kill and save a gun here. Maybe he's just gonna Superman the 1v4. He's in a halls. He's got 100 health, he's got 100 armor, he's got an MP9 Ruby Poison Dart, the strongest of the MP9s. Oh, and there's the first headshot onto Sherps. And is he fall? Was that a sec? Yes, that was a second headshot onto Hydric. I think he was gonna try to immediately fall back after that, but there just wasn't enough. Or he wasn't gonna fall back. Actually, there wasn't enough time. He was just trying to see how many kills he could get there, since he really had nothing to lose, and he's still in a good financial situation, as he had 6750 to open up the round. He buys, and he still has 1250 left, Garb. So I don't think, even though his teammates don't have too much money, I don't think GGPR is too concerned right now. I think they know they can still get this round, despite how last round played out.
So far, it's been a fantastic matchup, though. You know, both teams are undefeated. They won a good game, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Creed was some nice spam there, but it was just a second too early. And unfortunately, he's going down to 24 HP. Civ getting that MP9 kill, but on balcony, but God Aim just coming out strong there with that A push. Hydric back here near Doja, pushing up a little bit towards default pit wall. And Creed still with 24 HP. Robbie, they don't know he's still a boiler. Yes, they do. Feltner was handy enough to check it there. Creed picking up another kill on the Hydric. George going down, but not before picking up J-Dubs. Deco still in graveyard area. Lowrider not able to get him, but Creed is, despite only having 7 HP, but doesn't have a defusal kit, so he's not going to be able to get the bomb there. I'm not 100% positive if he would have had it with a kit, but it would have been pretty close. So got him going up 11-9. So let's see if GGPR maybe puts Creed over back near quad again, or boiler, or if he's maybe gonna hold off by balcony. Let's see what happens here. This is a 4-stack at B. I thought maybe they were gonna throw at least one man back over at A, but now that I notice they only have one Deagle, they are going to stay at B. Lowrider getting a nice little headshot onto J-Dubs there. Sherps responding with a 2K. J-Dubs with a 2K of his own there over near boards at Banana. And Creed is maybe going to be able to line up a collateral. He gets the first onto Hydric. He's in a 1v3. He does have 100 HP, no head armor. And Deco able to wrap him from jungle area and land that headshot. Well, we're really getting down to it now, Carve. God Aim up 12-9 as we are getting somewhat deep into the second half. Creed throwing some utility near alt mid. Deco with a really nice smoke kill onto Feltner there. Was also a headshot. Deco throwing some more utility at mid. J-Dubs is already up, and Hydric is already in pit. He's about to go man-to-man with Civ, but Creed actually backs him up. So before, oh, that's going to be a 3K for Creed. Deco finally taking out Creed with a headshot there onto box. So it looks like George actually has a pretty good chance at this since Robbie only has 5 HP. He's in Graveyard, which George doesn't know 100% yet. Now he does. And George may be able to get Deco. He does, and getting the second kill onto Robbie. That was huge, Carve.
Always, you know, suspenseful though when you're defusing the bomb, especially without a kit. There we go.
Very, very calm movement by him too, moving just enough to the left of that box in A site by entry box, moving just enough past it that the CT and Graveyard couldn't line up an easy shot on him. The CT and Graveyard actually couldn't even kill him when he killed Deco in the site because he didn't have a clear shot at him. The CT and Graveyard would have had to hit a spam kill, and he wasn't going to do that because he wasn't confident enough to spam with red HP, but Robbie is confident enough to spam George right there with a headshot through that smoke. Yeah, another smoke kill from God Aim here. It seems to be a signature move of them. Granted, GGPR's had some great smoke kills of their own this season, including this match as well. Civ landing some MP9 damage at mid there as Robbie goes down to 40 HP. I just ate a grape carve, so I'm sorry if that sounded like ASMR.
I actually didn't hear anything.
Okay. Well, apologies to your roommate, Joseph, if you heard that. Maybe apologies to the stream chat. I don't know. I'd have to see if they're rousting me or not. Oh, J-Dubs. Nice headshot onto Feltner. And I'm just kidding, chat. I love all of you. Here's J-Dubs moving up. He's going to put down that smoke into CT cross. J-Dubs already in sight. Robbie falling back near sandbags. Nope, he's not. Going up near fountain. Actually going up onto barrels, but getting picked by Lowrider from first barrels. Or as he was on first barrels. Deco, he's about to wrap Lowrider from construction. No, say it ain't so. Lowrider going down with a flank headshot to Deco, not able to turn around quite in time. And J-Dubs picking up the final kill onto Civ, who made a nice bold move into sight and may have had a chance at that if he landed the dark corner kill. Looks like a tactical timeout on behalf of our squad, GGPR here, so let's see what they end up discussing. They're not in the best economic situation, so maybe this is a nade stack. This is maybe a B stack, as it looks like there's multiple members angled at B right now from CT spawn. Let's see. Maybe not. Shout out to Joseph, the homie J Stripes. Robbie dropping the C4 there as he moves up with a Mac 10. He was the only member of God Aim. Didn't quite have enough money for a full buy with an AK. They didn't quite have enough to drop him. His Deco sitting with 2,500. He would have had to give up some of his utility for a drop, but probably not necessary since they're up by 3 rounds. It's okay for them to have a Mac 10 right now. Lowrider preparing to toss that flash, it is. Yep, it's a flash. Here comes GGPR peeking mid. George landing that pit headshot. But got him, picking up 2 early kills of their own. George going down. Robbie with a flying Mac 10 Keanu Reeves style strafe shot onto window
It's like
area
very
there.
Matrixy.
But
Stomping at him.
yeah, that's a hard one to defend. So GGPR in a rough situation here, down by 4 rounds, but they're on a full buy. Let's see if they're able to hold off Godaim here from going to match point. Creed smoking off boiler area. Here comes Godaim. Near stairs at A Hall. Let's see if they spread towards boiler or if this is a majority A Hall push. They've got Deco peeking left side mid with that op. Let's see if he pushes up or falls back. They do have Creed right there near quad. Creed now falling back towards site. Lowrider's Molly unfortunately not going far enough and getting extinguished by that smoke there that was already down. Here comes Godaim up mid. Looks like it's probably going to be an A and it's not a fake. And Feltner with a nice HE toss there, but Godaim wasn't pushed up banana. GGPR just making sure they're not going to get an easy peek there. And now they're going to know Godaim's going A off these sound cues. Let's see if Creed's maybe able to line up another collateral here. Maybe onto Rob. Oh, Lowrider actually picking up 2 near jungle. The third was from Creed, actually. Deco taking out Creed, unfortunately, with a nice op shot off to the left-hand side of A side. Another reaction shot onto Lowrider. This is a 2v1, but there was no time left, so GGPR coming up with the round there and bringing it to 11 to 14. So GGPR by no means out of this, Carve.
Yeah, it ain't over until it's over, and that's my rule. I always stand by that. It can always turn around.
So this is maybe GGPR on another timeout because they had to go 3 MP9s this round. It could be Godaim on a tactical timeout. Just because they don't want to see GGPR shift the momentum here. And yes, we will be catching the second Academy match, I believe, after this. Granted, this doesn't turn into a quadruple overtime match. So this might actually be a technical timeout. since it's still going on longer than usual here. Maybe still a tactical, just using the max length on it. Alright, here we go, getting back into it. Freeze time at 7 seconds. Huge round here, Carve. Biggest round of the season so far. And let's do it. 11 to 14. GGPR going in with 3 MP9s defensively and 2 M4A1s non-silenced. J-Dub's opening up with an HE down at Banana Wall. GGPR with full control of Banana at the moment. Deco does have an op, so they'll need to be careful if he decides to rotate T-ramp and peek Banana there. And it looks like Hydric pushing up A halls. He's got 2 teammates already up mid. Make that 3 teammates now. Sherp's pushing near quad. Oh, Hydric's crosshair was on Civ's head. Or no, excuse me. Behind balcony there, but there was still a smoke down. And Civ's still on balcony. Civ's still up there, but he's finally going down to Hydric. He was looking to get a sneaky collateral kill up there, but it's not going to work out. Lowrider's still able to get that headshot through the smoke. Lowrider getting a second kill onto Sherps. Is he able to get a third? He's going to get backed up from George here, who's wrapping around from jungle. And Robbie up in halls. Hydric in pit. 3v2, 3v1 situation. Hydric able to land 2 headshots to get match point for God Aim as they go up 15 to 11. Let's see what GGPR does here in terms of weapons. They're going to get 2 Deagles and 3 MP9s. GGPR falling back a bit earlier this round from Banana, it looks like. I don't think they want to get caught out in the open there at Banana. And Feltner is gonna maybe have to line up more than 1 Deagle kill here, as he's got J-Dubs about to lead the entry for God Aim and to be there. We'll see how much utility they end up using. Obviously, God Aim's got all of the utility compared to GGPR right now, who only has 2 flashes team-wide at the moment in terms of nades or other utility. Oh, and Feltner was already low and slightly blinded. He's going down to Hydric. Lowrider able to take out Hydric before going down himself. We've got ourselves a 3v3 situation as George lands that smoke kill. And J-Dub's up here with 9 HP. Oh man. Sherp's taking out George, and unfortunately for our GGPR fam, that is going to be game, but very well played.
That
by
was a really
both
good game.
teams. By
And you can't win
no,
them all.
yeah, by no means can we say God Aim didn't deserve that. I mean, they're coming off a 16-0 victory their last match, so
Yeah.
I think that speaks for itself on the level of talent that they have to pull that off versus any team in advanced. So we're gonna take just a few minute break here as I switch over. If you guys have the stream tab open, go ahead and leave it open. If you're here to support GGPR and watch the GGPR ESCA intermediate match, that's starting here in about 20 minutes, I believe. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to OBS and just restart the stream real quick. So everyone just hang tight.